In today's video, I will be showing you how you can go from a brief like that to thumbnails like this, showing simple steps of my workflow. So step 1 is understanding the brief. We'll get a message, then we have to read the message, and then we have to understand what the concept of the video is, what the client wants to show with it, what we need in a thumbnail, and what we don't, which then leads us to step 2, which is getting the assets that we need. Now this step consists in getting the logos, getting fonts, and getting just any assets like arrows or textures that we might need in our thumbnail. Now this is unpaid and it's not an ad, but Sesso has an amazing everything pack with a bunch of good assets and textures to use. Without further ado, we head into step 3, which is of course the designing process. Once you've outlined what you need and what you want to make, you can start designing. So as you can see, for me, I start masking out the two cars, the Mercedes and the Red Bull car. This is in the automotive industry, but this step-by-step process should work in every thumbnails in, as we then start by adding color to the track, not directly but an overlay. You can see we select the colors and change the blending mode. Same for the other half of the track. Just play around so it looks a lot nicer. Add some camera raw to enhance details and textures. Track surface, we then add some clouds in the background for just a bit more texture and realism, as the game I've used to take this shot in is quite unrealistic. We then add the two-time world champion, esports world champion Jarno Opmeer, as you could see from the brief, trying to beat an esports pole position lap. So trying to play around with a bit of the colors to make everything blend in more smoothly. Got a lot of freedom, depends on the client, but at least with Formula God I've got a lot of freedom. So I'm very thankful for that, so I can just try things out, ask him if he likes it or not, and then we just go. I then add the text. You can see playing around with multiple different fonts, any tilt or something that just looks better. Eventually I agree and that font looks better. I add a versus in the middle, but then I thought I'd rather take it away. And then about the colors, I again thought I can match the colors to the track, but it's all about really playing around, seeing what works. Eventually I decided to extend the track. I then made the cars a bit brighter to enhance the cars like above the surface and all the other effects going on. You can see there quick insight into Sesso's arrow pack, which is very useful, as you can see here. We then got a center line from another thumbnail to split the two halves, which often creates a bit of contrast, which is quite and then we add arrows, smoothing up Opmeer's skin a bit. Light retouch, not really 100%, but it doesn't hurt. So I give him a slight retouch, slight camera raw as well, and exposure, contrast and saturation. Change the text around, save it, go camera raw one more time. Yeah, there we go. There, that was pretty much thumbnail done. And as you can see, that's pretty much how I make some of these thumbnails. I've made thumbnails for Formula God, PSGL, in Fanatec Creator Series, so I've made quite a few thumbnails in the past. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, from me, it's take care and